BBC has a bizarre business strategy. 1. Create a product that people don't want. 2. Send this product to people's houses against their will. 3. Use lies, manipulation and threats to bully people into paying for it. BBC carries out their shady activities under the alias TV licensing, probably to avoid damaging their own reputation further. Rather than use a subscription model, which customers can opt into, BBC operates an extortion racket, which the public must opt out of. As this is enforced by the legal system, it could be considered a TV tax. That doesn't mean everyone is required to pay it, even if they own a TV. By living legally license free, you can save a significant sum of money each year. BBC carefully words their information to mislead people on purpose. Despite what they want you to think, you don't need a license to own devices that can display live TV. This includes television screens, PCs, smartphones, and games consoles. You can also watch on-demand content from streaming services such as Netflix, YouTube, and all 4. A license is only needed to watch live TV broadcasts from any channel or on-demand content from the BBC specifically. You have every right not to be a customer of the BBC, as with any other business. Unfortunately, they don't see it that way.
Some people don't think so.
BBC can't conceptualize a world where people have better things to do than watch Strictly Come Dancing.
We don't need television. Not as long as we have our imagination.
They believe that you must be secretly watching their garbage shows without paying. In their eyes, everyone is guilty until proven innocent. There's an option to register as not needing a license. However, this means handing over your personal information to the BBC, who aren't entitled to it. They will also assume that you actually do need a license, and will try to arrange an inspection of your address to prove it. If you submit to this process, they will only leave you alone for 2 years. I don't think it's worth the hassle. So what happens to people who don't want to engage with the BBC? Well, this happens. If you pay for a TV license, this is where your money is going. Targeted harassment of your fellow citizens. BBC sends out over 60 million letters annually. There is no escape from their mailing campaign. People who register as license-free will be bothered again eventually. Even if you pay for their product, the threats keep coming. You'll still receive TV license letters after you die. I'm not even joking. It's great that the BBC are wasting money on marketing. Wasting paper though? Not so much. TV licensing letters are mass-produced from templates. The sequence of letters they send is on a loop, so you will notice repeat designs. If you collect enough letters, you can have a game of Snap. The letters are designed to invoke a fear response in the hope that you'll buy a license. A common scare tactic is to put random dates on the letters to imply that you will be busted on those days. Will you be in on the 3rd of November? No, I'll be out.
Well, this is pretty awkward.
Even if I am in, that doesn't mean you're coming in. We will be visiting your area soon. Have fun with that. There's not much to do here in terms of tourist attractions. Official notice, investigation opened. That's cute. You know what hasn't been opened? Your letters. And why is it only official just now? Was it all just pretend up to this point? Another piece of trash the BBC might send to your home is a so-called enforcement officer. This is a commission-based salesman, role-playing as someone with legal powers. You can typically recognize them by the black folder they are carrying. They tap a PDA device whilst talking to make it seem like they are entitled to your information. You have no legal obligation to interact with salesmen. In fact, I strongly recommend that you don't. BBC salesmen are paid a commission for either selling you a TV license or getting you prosecuted for license evasion, or both at the same time. They are there solely to exploit you, not to help you. Do not confirm any information or answer any questions. Nothing you say to a BBC salesman will be used in your favour.
I ain't saying nothing. I understand. How is your mother?
Oh, hey, who says I have a mother?
They are known to use underhand tactics to try and get their commission. This can include refusing to identify themselves.
Who are you?
Does that dog have a license?
I want to see some identification now. Hey! Who do you think you are?
Pretending to do a survey about TV viewing habits in your area. Twisting your words to suggest that you watch live broadcasts. Claiming that you won't get in trouble if you sign a confession and buy a license.
Not a guarantee that we can give to customers
at all that it's okay, now you bought some, you won't get prosecuted, because they could still be prosecuted.
There's no point in telling them that you don't need a license, because they will assume that you're lying. They'll only ask to come into your home to check.
May I see it? No.
Agreeing to home inspection is a lose-lose situation for you. At best, you forfeit your right to privacy whilst dignifying the accusation being made against you. At worst, the BBC salesman will falsify evidence to secure a prosecution. For example, they may attempt to tamper with your TV to illegally receive live broadcasts against your will, or they may get you to acknowledge that your laptop could potentially display live TV and then record this as a confession that you watch live TV. In one extreme court case, TV licensing edited home inspection footage to make it look like the one show was on the TV. Fortunately, this legal battle was won by the victim. It's important to understand that BBC salesmen have no more of a right to collect your information or enter your home than any other random person. However, the one thing they can do is apply for a search warrant based on evidence that you give them. This could be an admission that you watch live broadcasts, or having BBC content on display when they spy through your window. All of these problems are easily avoided. If someone starts asking you questions like, "Do you live here?" without identifying themselves, shut the door in their face. If they identify themselves as a TV license officer, shut the door in their face. It's also perfectly valid not to answer the door to uninvited people. Remember, BBC salesmen must leave your property when asked.
Get off our property.
Feel free to call the police if they are refusing to go, since they are violating trespassing laws.
That sign can't stop me because I can't read.
BBC claim that they can detect TV reception from outside your home using unspecified equipment hidden in a van.
Yes, there's a TV set on number 5. It's in the front room. And they're watching Columbo.
If you don't have a TV license, it won't take us long to find you.
We know that this is false, since they instead resort to asking if they can see inside of your home.
They're saying it's a lie. David, is it true or is it a lie? It is a lie.
Even if such equipment existed, BBC have not once presented it as evidence in court, on the basis that this would expose how it works. Their refusal to show evidence from detector vans renders the concept redundant. The vehicles themselves are real, but they're simply used to transport BBC salesmen. Due to the pressure of meeting monthly targets, BBC salesmen won't waste time on unresponsive households. Instead, they focus on victims who are easily manipulated. A disproportionate number of women are persecuted by the BBC because they are intimidated by strange men trying to enter their home.
If you're prepared to let me confirm that.
No, I have children in the house. I do not have strange men in the house when I have children in the house.
Right, that's okay.
As with other types of scam, TV licensing like to target elderly people who they perceive as vulnerable to deception. If you know someone who might be susceptible to BBC's bullying, it's important to remind them of their rights. There are many excellent resources you can share. I'll leave some helpful links in the video description. If you find the BBC's behaviour to be unethical, or have been tricked into buying a licence you don't need, I have some good news for you. You can save £159 a year by cancelling your licence.
Yay!
There are 2 ways to do this. The first option is to cancel your direct debit and ghost them. Make sure you settle any debt that you owe beforehand. The only downside to this is you will start receiving threatening letters which need to be recycled. The second option is to contact TV licensing to state that you no longer require their services. You might be able to get some of your money back if there's at least 1 month left on your license. Hopefully you won't be harassed for the following 2 years, but there are no guarantees. Remember that you can decline home visits by BBC salesmen in either case. Now, I don't want you to watch this video and think that you're going to be victimised by TV licensing. Some people become fixated on this issue and let it take over their life.
Can't sleep. Clown will eat me.
The BBC sales pitch depends on you living in fear of false accusations. I've been at my current address for 3 years and not once has a BBC salesman showed up. In fact, I've never seen one in real life.
It's just something they made up to scare kids, like the Boogeyman or Michael Jackson.
If they do appear, we have an easy way to deal with it. The no contact method minimises the amount of harassment you receive, whilst wasting the BBC's time and resources. Boycotting the BBC is the best action we can take until their behaviour improves. Thanks for watching my video. On this channel I show easy ways to earn extra income online as well as saving it. You're welcome to check out my other content if this interests you. I'll see you again soon with some more lazy money making and saving tips.